So now it's time for us to build our virtual assistant, right? We have successfully created our environment. The next thing is we need to create our virtual assistant Python file, because that's where I have created two folders. One is our environment, the other is our virtual assistant project folder. So enter into that project folder. So how do you do that? Just give cd and just go to that project folder, because there I want to create a Python file. Automatically you can go to Ideally and create it, but I just go a shortcut way, that is notepad. What is our Python file name? I just give va.py. With the help of notepad shortcut key you can create any file, but that supporting software, that supporting file extension software should be present. You can create .c, .html, .js, I mean any kind of extension. Now I gave .py because notepad is a shortcut key in Windows to create any other file. va is my file name. What is the extension? .py. When I hit enter, it will ask me, you cannot find you want to create. Yes, that means successfully I got a Python file. Now there is no indentation in anything here, right? So what I'll do is I'll open it in Ideally so that I can clearly see spaces, and there I can just go ahead. But before that, the first thing we need to do is we should install packages, right? So we already have GTTS, that is text to speech. Now if I give speech, my assistant should start taking the text format. So for that we have a package in Python which is nothing but speech recognition. If you just go to browser and you can just search it, it will tell you. When you go for speech recognition, it is very important in Python. You have so many other source codes, but just first you should understand how to install it. You just go for pip install speech recognition, because with the help of pip only we can easily do it. So I'll just go to my root location in the environment. Always install within environment only. I just give pip install. What is our package or library name? It is speech recognition. Yes, capital speech recognition, R capital, RECOGNITION. Then automatically this particular library will be installed. Then you can just freeze them. I'll show you. Now installing collected packages, it is 35 MB, and when I go for pip freeze, you can see the speech recognition package also. Now you want the same thing to be noted down in your requirements.txt, because when you open requirement.txt in your location and open it, there is no speech recognition, right? Because you did not freeze it. The same thing you should do is you should always go for, this should be done at the end, but I'll show once, then you can just create your own pip freeze, then requirements.txt. Then automatically this particular package along with version is also written in the requirements file. I'll show it. Just open requirements. There you go. This is the last step you should do, not in the beginning. For your understanding, I'm just showing it. Once you install all packages, just freeze it into the requirements file. This file will be automatically created. So for the first thing, we have just done our freeze part, and we have just installed our speech recognition library also. And now we'll write the code within our Ideally only, because which should be easy for us. So I'll go to file and I'll click on open, because in desktop we have created our environment, right, which is in projects, in virtual assistant. This is our Python file. There you go. Now it is easy for us, because when we use our scripted format, it can be easy. Whether you execute from your environment, it is up to you. Now we'll just start writing our first code, where we just make sure our environment should, our Python terminal, our Python environment should understand whatever we are speaking with the help of speech recognition. The first basic step is to convert our text to, speech to text. Is speech to text, because we'll be using the same logic, we'll be creating multiple functions. So first basic step is speech to text. So to use speech recognition, you just need to go for import. What is our library which we have installed? It is speech recognition. So speech underscore recognition, because clearly he'll mention the same thing. When you open the directory, he'll tell you how to use it. So it requires Python 3.3 plus and Python 2.6, 2.7, but 2 version we are not using. It requires PyAudio along with microphone. If your system or laptop is not having microphones, not supporting, then this particular project will not work. I'll make sure, because along with the speech recognition, we need to have supporting other libraries also. That's I'll just make sure Once I share it, I'll just tell you how to use it, because that is very, very important. So import speech recognition as, we are aliasing it. We have clearly installed the particular library or package. We are just aliasing as SR. SR is nothing but anything you can give. Now I'll create a particular function to make sure it listens. So my function name is listen, to make sure it listens. So what I'll do is, particularly whatever I speak, my particular output should give the same text. Accent should be better, right? So for that reason, I create a function called as listen. So without any arguments, I just create a function called as listen, and where I should use the speech recognition library over here. So for that, I'll just give r is equal to SR dot. So when I go for SR dot, I need to make sure that that should recognize. So we have a particular function in it called as recognizer. So you may get doubt, how do I know all of these things? So it's simple. When you just go to directory of SR, you can just get all of those things, which we have already done such part. You can try your own. So SR dot recognizer will make sure that whatever we are trying to speak, the text should be printed. But how? With the help of our microphone. So I'll write with, because with function we have already seen, with keyword, with SR dot, SR is our speech recognition library, SR dot microphone. If your microphone is not working, it's not unable to take the input. With microphone as our source. Our source is hearing, it is hearing. That's what, in the same way how the video is recording and how you are able to see, the same concept is. So with source.microphone as source. So you should start speaking when you see this result. Print of, your environment should tell I am listening. Then only you should start speaking. Before you speak, it cannot understand, that result will be timeout. That means whenever you open microphone, when you click on microphone only you speak, no, because your microphone will hear. In the same way, I'm just giving print I am listening. So when you see the result I am listening, then only you should start speaking after I am listening. Then it will save the audio. So I just give audio is equal to, not saving, it should understand whatever language you are speaking. So for that, I just give r dot, what is our function? I'll take the listen function, along with the input is source. Our source is basically, how do you take the source? Because source is microphone and whatever language we are speaking, along with the time limit. Our time limit would be, it depends on your time limit. The function, these arguments should be as it is, phrase underscore time underscore limit. That means you are maintaining some time. I'll make it as 5. I mean, the number of seconds you are trying to give, it's up to you. The source is microphone and the phrase time limit is 5. Because whenever you hit the microphone, you start speaking it. If you just wait, it tells you that it cannot understand. Check your microphone. That's what Google will tell you, right? The same way we are just giving it. Now, I'll just make my data as empty string, because whatever we speak, that string should be attached to it. That's it. Now, what you try to do is just make sure you should be out of this. You should not be inside the source. So, data is equal to empty string, because whenever you start writing, you expect that thing to be present in the same loop. No, you should come out of the with source, so that whatever you're trying to speak, that is storing in data variable. Now you go for, how do you handle all the exceptions? Yes, that's correct. We have already understood about exception handling. So we write our try and except block. That is the reason I told you, whatever we learned, we have learned about regular expressions, we have learned about text to speech. We'll be importing it now. But first, I wanted to just make sure, how do you just use this? How do you just convert our speech to text? First, that I want to illustrate, then we'll be doing some activities. So first, I'll give my try block. So what does try block will do? It will try to execute whatever the piece of code we give. So try is equal to, we just try to give data is equal to whatever we speak, it should recognize r dot, because r is our recognizer, sr dot, sr is our speech recognizer. Every variable is defined. You should see it here. R dot recognizer. Recognizer is, you are taking the input with the listening function. So here, what it should recognize? It should recognize the audio because we are using the speech recognition package. It's obviously from the Google itself. So recognize underscore Google. What is our input? Our input is audio. We gave audio is equal to, and what is the language? The language is English, right? But it should be specific, right? English US. You can give customized languages. That's how you can just make sure your virtual assistant can understand other languages. Just try with that. That will be your task where you make the projects as real time. That's how the word real time. It's not that simple projects or real time projects. It's all about how do you take a use case and build some products. That's how the real time things work. So here the language is English US because the accent it understands. And then what I gave, whatever we say, it should tell print you said. It will attach the data what we give. You said, and there it should go for concatenation because that is the input we are taking. Data is empty string here. Whatever we speak, it will listen along with the source. What is the source? Microphone, and it will recognize the language. That is the simple. If we have any errors, just we need to go for exception. So I will take multiple exceptions. So first I need to raise the error which is unknown error, but that will I will take from my speech recognition. That is unknown value error. You can give any type of error, it's up to you, you need not worry. I'll take unknown value error. That means I just make sure that if you delay, it should tell you I cannot hear you. That's what your microphone will understand. When you try to speak, it will listen. It should throw out the result outside by giving voice, right? That's where we'll go for GTTS in that process. But here we are only making our speech should be recognized. I cannot hear you. The another exception I would like to throw is except of first exception is value error, and the other exception is I want to throw with the request. REQUEST, request error. The request error as E. That's what I just wanted to throw because request error is the request should be failed. So that's what I'm just trying to give because you should understand how multiple logics you're writing over there because it only depends on how you try to throw it. So request error as E, and what it should print, it should print that particular request is failed, so that you will understand what is going to happen over there. So print of request failed in the sense we are not making it particular at that moment. Request failed because if it cannot hear you, it will tell you that I cannot hear you. Request error as E, we are just aliasing it. Now finally, what is that? You should return whatever we have spoke, sorry. So return data, then automatically whatever we have given, that will be returned to the function. So when does this will execute? When you make a particular function call. Listen, there you go. Right now we can execute it in the shell, or we can go for command prompt, anything, it's up to us. So clearly let's make it very simple. We have taken speech recognition as our SR because we have aliased it. We are just creating a function called as listen. We are recognizing with the help of microphone. So what is the output it should print? It should print I am listening. Then only you should start speaking. Then it will understand whatever we said. If it is able to take the audio along with the language, then it will print the result you said with this particular. But when will that happen? That will happen when all the supporting packages are installed correctly. So let me execute this. I'll go to my command prompt. What is my file name? It is VA. There you go. I'll hit enter. See, clearly it should tell you could not find PyAudio. That is the thing which should be installed because it is taking from microphone as a source. It is executing the speech recognition particular file. It is expecting PyAudio. We cannot do it like pip install PyAudio, right? Because there should be some supporting wheel files to be installed. So for that reason, we'll go to another source where we'll install the supporting wheel files for the particular speech recognition module. Just you need to open because it will tell you it should have PyAudio. So for that, we can use a particular extension lfd.uci, that is, it will have all the supporting extension packages. For Windows, it's a repository or library where we can just get all the wheel files. That is the best thing you should do. So here, even if you want to just sing this, yeah, So it's better. So now you have all the supporting wheel files here. That is how we just need to install. The only reason I'm doing this is so that any version it will be satisfied. So I'll just find PyAudio in this. I'll just go for PyAudio because you cannot see all the files, right? Just hit on PyAudio. You have all the supporting wheel files over there. Whatever Python version you are using, click on that. As we are using Python 3.7 version, I'll click on this. It is in downloads, right? Then automatically it will be just downloaded. So the particular wheel file is downloaded. We can directly make sure that we'll install that, because installation process should be very simple. Whenever you are installing this particular wheel file, you just need to open that location and just click pip install. You need not do it manually, right? So what I will do, just go for lfd.uci, then automatically you can see all the supporting wheel files. The search folder you just give PyAudio. You can just give Control F. You get it. These are all bindings for the audio library, because it should understand whatever we are speaking, right? Yes. So now we are in the environment. How do you go to downloads? Just go to cd dot dot cd dot dot cd dot dot. Automatically you have all downloads here, right? So cd, I'll just give downloads here. There you go. Then automatically if you give pip install, what is our particular file, PyAudio, right? Then it will give you all the supporting wheel files, right? Whatever you have PyAudio, then just click on install. Just automatically it will tell you successfully install. That is a simple thing you should do. Pip install your particular wheel file. You just need not write anything. Just give the first letter and the second letter. Then you have all the extension. Then go to your location, because we are in desktop, right? So cd dot dot, I just go to cd desktop, because in the particular location only we have our file, right? So cd desktop, in the desktop we are in projects folder. So cd projects, here we are in virtual assistant. Sorry, it should be cd virtual assistant. Then now we execute the particular file. What is the file? Because Python virtual assistant va.py, because now when you give pip list, you can see PyAudio also. You can see speech recognition and PyAudio. That is successfully installed. Finally, I'll give pip freeze, then you can understand. But you should download the wheel file. That is mandatory. So Python, just what is the file name? va.py. Now when I install this, how are you? See, I said install this because it will not give speech outside. It will understand the text. So when you see I am listening, you should see the output. You should start speaking. We'll do it once more. Python, I'll run the file. Once it shows I am listening, you should start speaking. It will just enter the text. Just go for that. Hey, how are you? You can see, hey, how are you? Because this is speech recognition. Our speech will be given as a text, not text to speech. Because that is how we just started given here in our speech recognition. We just gave whatever we speak, it should be given as the text over there. That's what we have done here. Because if we do not speak over there, it should get you, I cannot hear your request fail when the request is fail. So that is how we have just understood how our speech will be converted to the text over there with the help of speech recognition. Now, what we'll do is, we'll try to understand how do we make sure our virtual assistant will start speaking with us. That's where you need to go for GTTS, where you just give import GTTS here, and then we'll write our particular couple of functions where we just make sure how does our virtual assistant will speak with the help of another function called as respond. Because still here our listen function will make sure whatever we are speaking, it will listen and it will generate the text what we gave. Then we'll understand how does it will start speaking with us when we just make sure, when we just use GTTS. Along with that, we'll understand how does it will just throw the time for us and how does it will open browser for us. We'll just do all those things, but first we should understand how do we use this speech recognition. Whatever this voice we gave, it gave as text. You can give anything here. Again, execute this. You give Python va.py. Hey, how are you? I am fine. See, Whatever you speak, you get the result over there. It understood as hi, it's fine. So that is how the first thing we have done. The next thing is we'll make our virtual assistant to speak and perform some couple of activities. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. If you have liked our content, please do hit like button and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more useful content and exciting updates. If you want to learn such practical content at an affordable cost with Microsoft certification and instructor support, please register at academy.codenan.com. You can also download app from Play Store as Codenan. Never hesitate to raise queries in the comment section, and please do reply with your suggestions for more practical videos. We'll be happy to come up with it. Thank you.